Okay, so I'd like to talk to you about a technique called grounding. So this is a technique that's really straightforward to use, and it's really great for using in any situation where you feel intense emotion and you're feeling overwhelmed by emotion. So it brings you out of that emotional state. So for example, if you're feeling really angry, or if you're feeling really anxious before going into an exam, or feeling really stressed, something like that. The other situation where it's really useful is for when people have experienced some sort of trauma in their past. They can be triggered by things that they perhaps see or smell or hear, and they get a sense of being back in that situation again, and that can be incredibly distressing. So grounding can be really useful in bringing you back into the present moment, into the here and now. So I'm going to share two techniques with you. And it's really a case of trying out each one and seeing which one suits you. The first one is very, very straightforward and quick to use, and the second one is a bit more detailed. So I think it's probably useful to try both out and see which you prefer. The ideal is to try them out a number of times before you need either one of them, so that when you do need them, that you can just go straight into the technique because you know it really well. So the first one is called the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 game, and I'm going to take you through it now. So just first of all, just become aware of your surroundings wherever you are, and it doesn't matter if you're inside or outside, that's not a problem at all. And I'm just going to talk you through. So the first thing that I'd like you to do is to just look around you and name 5 things that you can see in your surroundings, and name those out loud. So just as if you're going through a list. So do that now. 5 things you can see. Next, out loud, name 4 things that you can feel. And it might be that because you're sitting, you can feel the chair, or it might be that you can feel something against your skin, like the fabric you're wearing, or the air around you, or it might be that you have to pick something up and feel it. So name 4 things now that you can feel. Next, name out loud 3 things that you can hear right now. And it may be that if you're outside, there should be plenty of sounds. If you're inside, you might not be able to hear as many things, but really listen carefully. If you can't hear 3 things, then you might want to make a noise yourself, like maybe tapping on a surface with your fingers or something like that. So out loud, name 3 things that you can hear. Next, name 2 things that you can smell right now. And again, it might be that you can smell something in your surroundings, or it might be that you need to hold something up to your nose, whether it's your skin, if you're wearing scent, or if it's something like an object, like maybe paper or something else. So name 2 things out loud that you can smell right now. And the last one is to name 1 good thing about yourself. It doesn't have to be anything huge, but 1 thing only. So the next technique, as I've said, is a little bit more involved. Again, it's based on the senses, and for this you're going to need a piece of paper, probably about an A4 size piece of paper. It doesn't matter if it's plain or lined, either is fine, and either a pencil or paper. So if you go and get those, and once you've got them, if you put the paper down onto a flat surface and just place your hand flat down onto the paper with your palm facing down, and spread your fingers and thumb wide, and just draw around the outline of your hand. Now once you've done that, then if you just label the thumb and the fingers in turn. So if we label the thumb sight, and the first finger will be hearing, and the next finger will be smell, and then taste, and then touch. So what we're going to do is go through each of those in turn and think about something that's special to us. So I'll just take you through those now. So if we move to your thumb, so just now think of something that you really like to see, that's special to you and brings some comfort, and just imagine it now, whatever that thing is that you like to see. Just imagine it in your mind's eye as vividly as you can, and then write on your thumb whatever that is that you like to see. And now we're going to move on to your finger, the first finger, so that's hearing. So what is it that you really like to hear? What is it that's special and comforting to you? I know for me, one of the sounds is the sound of a river running. And that's something that's very comforting to me. But just think about now what it is. And then when you've thought of that thing, then write it down. And then we'll move to the next finger, which is smell. And again, what's the smell that's comforting and special to you? Just really imagine it now. Bring it to your mind. And once you've thought of it, write it down. It might be something that's like a favourite perfume or soap or something in nature, something like that. Next, we're going to move on to taste. So what is it that you really like the taste of that's comforting and special to you? I know a big one for me is dark chocolate. So write that down now. And then the last one is touch. So again, what is that for you? Then that might be something like a special object you have, or a piece of jewellery, or a fabric or something. So just really think of that now and then write it down. Okay, so now you've decided on all of those. You can maybe colour your hand in, you can maybe make it bright, colourful, whatever you want to do with it. And put it somewhere in your home where you don't need to worry about other people seeing it, if you prefer them not to. So you might want to put it up in your bedroom or somewhere like that, and memorise it, somewhere that you'll easily see it so that you can memorise it. And then when you have that experience in the future of feeling overwhelmed, all you need to do is breathe deeply and
slowly, and put your hand up in front of your face where you can really see it, and really stare at your hand going through the thumb and the fingers, and think of each of the senses and what it was that linked with each of those senses, and just really think of each one vividly. Okay, so that's 2 techniques that I hope you will find useful, and as I say, plenty of time to practice, and then when you need them, try them out and see which one suits you best. I hope you found that helpful.